Welcome back to Robot Bricks. This is New Competitors and Upgraded Machines Part 4, I think. Well, anyways, without just a lot of the chit-chat, let's just get started with the list. So for the first newcomer, coming from Los Angeles, California, Chomp. Yeah, Chomp is pretty good. He's got a small little flame at the front. I tried getting like some gray bits, but couldn't find a lot. And its main weapon is the axe. And it comes down with a lot of force. And this is mainly based off of Chomp's design in Seasons 3 and 2. Or 2 and 3. I wasn't able to make the Season 1 design because I didn't like it. And, well, it's impossible to make the walker from Season 5. Well, anyways, I love this robot. It's a pretty good axe robot and pretty durable as well. For the next episode on Robot Bricks, it'll be featured along with the next new competitor coming from Seattle, Washington, Claw Viper. Yeah, this robot is just like with Chomp, will also be appearing in the next episode tomorrow of Robot Bricks. And yeah, Claw Viper is pretty good. It's a grappler robot. I had a bit of some trouble trying to get all the pieces lined up to make its main chassis. But nonetheless, it's a good grappler. And it could grapple with like some serious enemies, like Rainbow Road, for example. Well, that's mainly the problem. Is that mainly the grappler itself would like break apart a bit easily. That's why I think like this defense move, it works much better. Well, anyways, next up, coming from East Berlin, Germany, CSX-36. Yeah, this robot is sort of like Yeti. Crap. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, CSX-36 is like Yeti, but minus the forks at the front. Don't actually move. So yeah, this robot is pretty sick. It's kind of like War Easy, almost. It does kind of drive inverted. It did have a plow, and I did make it, but I had to use some of the pieces for something else. So yeah, CSX-36. It's sadly like the rest of the other robots featured, except Claw Viper and Chomp. They won't be featured until the next season, which will probably suck. So yeah, that's CSX-36 for you. And next, coming from Toronto, Canada, Liken. Yeah, I don't even know why I made this guy. I guess I kind of made it because I wanted to like incorporate some of the robots from like past seasons that never get love. And I kind of did that with Liken and another robot you'll see later. So yeah, and I did add some tape onto the side panels because they kept flopping all around. And yeah, mainly the head itself would always come off very easily in testing. In fact, I tested it against a Dark Horse and it just blew off. But nonetheless, it's got a pretty durable front wedge. Yeah, hopefully next season it'll be up and running. And next, coming from Bristol, UK, Two-Headed Death Flamingo, or mainly known as Mingo. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like this robot. I had to use a latte of pink for it. And that's what... And it had, like, 2 attachments of pink on CSX-36's wedge, which is the reason why I had to make it scrapped. But, yeah. Nonetheless, this robot is pretty good. it's got those dual attacking axe head things, and it does have those iconic black wheels and those giant wings. Yeah, honestly, I could have just used White Heron's piece, but I didn't want to because I didn't feel like it. And yeah, nonetheless, this robot is pretty good. I did try making a switchback by using these two pieces, but it went horribly wrong. And speaking of which, if I could find it, this was originally Switchback's drum spinner. Yeah, it's pretty worn out. So yeah, that's Mingo, also appearing for next season. And next, coming from Antoch, Illinois, Rusty Jr. Yeah, not really the Rusty, but its predecessor. Yeah, I think making this robot was a bit easier because I didn't have any, tracks for Rusty himself. So we're just going to call him Rusty Jr. because he's his predecessor. And I gotta be honest, this is probably got to be my most favorite creation I have probably ever made. Well, besides Blood Shark. Yeah, besides Blood Shark. And, Prehistoric. But nonetheless, I seriously love Rusty Jr. But sadly, like the rest of the robots, it's gotta wait. So you'll probably have to wait till, next year to see this Rusty in action. Probably. But next, coming from Dorchester, Washington, I believe, or Wisconsin, Son of Wyatt. Yeah, this is one of my more recent builds, and its colors are not really accurate. The whole body itself is supposed to be gray, but I didn't have a lot of gray. And it's got a pretty good spinner. I use this little axle right here as, to support the weapon. And added the weapon itself and this little top piece so that the weapon doesn't go flying. But yeah, every single time when I keep hitting it, it goes flying away. Like that. And I didn't really test Son of Wyatt yet, but all I know is that it cannot self-right. That's mainly the issue. But, aside from that, next, coming from San Diego, California, Tantrum. Oh yeah, one of my favorite robots. Not really. My favorite is still Deep Six. As this robot has a spinner, and it's a little pusher, or puncher. It took me a bit of a while for me to figure out the puncher, but once I was able to activate it and make it works better than ever. And it still got its iconic fists. Sort of. And it still does. If I could find it. It still has its primary wedge, but I don't know if I could find it right now. Yeah, I'll wait till a couple of moments until I actually find it. So yeah, Tantrum is pretty good. And it's also got signature eyes. Which reminds me a lot about Huge. They should make a Huge versus Tantrum battle at some point. Or does it already exist and I didn't even know about it? And finally, for the newcomers, coming from Deauville Les Brands, France. I think I said that correctly. The Obwalden Overlord. Oh my goodness, what have I created? So here's Mammoth for a size comparison. And here it is standing up with Obwalden Overlord. Yeah, I say it's pretty tall, but when Mammoth's lifters like that, Mammoth is still tall. So that just seriously tells you how big Obwalden Overlord is. And here's the size comparison with Blood Shark and Dark Horse. His blade just popped off. and huge. So yeah, you could pretty much already know where I'm going with this. Huge, mammoth, blood shark, and dark horse don't stand a chance about this guy. And yeah, this guy could spin all around. And yes, sadly, Minion is retired. I scrapped him and turned him into this robot. It's not cannibalism, but I don't know why I just said that. So anyways, this is supposed to be, you may think this is like a lifter that, Overlord, possesses, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just there to make it balanced. And I think, to be honest, I probably made his arms a bit too long. A little, but I added the claws, and in fact, I even made its shield it used against Warhead. So yeah, the trilogy is now complete. Obwalden Overlord is ready for battle. Next year, that is. If he will be here. So yeah, all the upgraded machines. We only got like 3. Now it's time for the upgraded machines. First we have Duck. That's it, just Duck. I tried basing it off of its Season 6 design, but it looks literally small. Here's Duck for comparison, and here's Son of Wyatt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Duck is supposed to be a bit bigger. And yeah, I decided to upgrade this guy because the main body itself on Duck was supposed to be flat when it faced Bronco, and the lifter had some issues. And plus, the main chassis itself broke multiple times. And yeah, it's got a lifter, but it doesn't touch all the way to the ground. Kind of. As for this guy, or Duck, he's pretty much a spinner killer. Like, he takes multiple hits from other robots and still moves. But the sad thing is, he can't drive inverted. Or can't even self-right. The camera keeps acting up a lot. So yeah, that is my supposed Duck. Hopefully they can move to a better score. Next up is Knight of the Realm. What the stink happened with this guy? Yeah, I just removed its face, and now it just looks flat. The reason I took its face off was that I was, preparing to make an upcoming Rusty. And no, not Rusty Jr. As it's still got its same weapons, the spinner and the claw. And, yeah, hopefully this guy will be ready soon. And finally, for the video, we have Witchcraft. And it's got the spinner is still the same, but it's got some added purple. The main difference is the chassis itself. It's more lower to the ground, and it's more lower to the ground, and that way it doesn't get tipped over a bunch of times, and its wedge keeps falling off. But here, it's going to probably be more durable. Let's just hope it doesn't get dissected by Dissector. So anyways, that was Upgraded Machines and New Competitors Part 4. See you next time. And don't worry, folks. There will be Rusty's friend. Or Rusty Jr.'s papa. Maybe. For you, Dave Eaton.